Pure goodness is rarely ever seductive. And this is because, as human beings, you and I both know that we are not perfect creatures. And I can speak on this specifically because every time I come across someone who only shows me their good side, is very kind, too polite, who displays overt righteousness and virtue and piety, only says kind words, I get incredibly uncomfortable. And I have learned to distance myself because what I have experienced is that these people are lying. They are flat out lying to you, and they are lying to me. Because as human beings, we are not perfect creatures. We are not purely good angelic beings. Perhaps in the ethereal realm, yes, once we leave this body, we can return to the angelic state that we were once in. But here on earth, we are not pure angels. Even Mahatma Gandhi, one of the most virtuous men who has ever lived, openly admitted to all of his dark desires, all of the wicked thoughts in his head, all of the times he had been tempted. Because we all are. I am tempted all the time. I have had so many dark desires. I have had so many wicked thoughts. And I speak about these wicked thoughts and dark desires in one of my songs, Temptation, Motivation. That song is about how I am constantly being tempted to do bad, but I am also motivated to do good. And this is what I want to get across to you in this video, is that whenever you see people who are trying too hard to be polite, trying too hard to please, trying too hard to get on your good side through flattery, through overt kind charm, you need to be wary of these people because they are not showing you their full character. They are not being authentic with you. And these are the types of people who claim to not care about politics. They don't care about strategizing or maneuvering. They don't care about their social status. They don't care about what their boss thinks or what their coworkers think. They don't care. That's what they'll tell you. But deep within their heart of hearts, they know that they care. Because why would they be trying so hard to please? Why would you be trying so hard to flatter and get on people's good side? It's because you do care. Because you care more than anyone else. See, a law of human nature and a law of human psychology is that the front people show you is typically the opposite of their true feelings, of their inner character. This is the concept of the light and the dark, the frontal mask, and then the shadow. The thicker the frontal mask, the more colorful it is, the more obviously somebody wears it, the deeper and darker the shadow typically is. And so I want you to be aware of these characters because they are not being authentic with you. They are not showing you their honest intentions. Well, in fact, they are actually, if you can simply flip what they are doing to what their inner feelings are likely calling them and inspiring them to do. You see this a lot in dating with the nice guy syndrome. See, men over the past, I don't know, say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, however long it's been, really post-war, have been taught to be very nice, very polite, very kind. And this is nothing new in the West in particular. This is part of our culture. Knighthood, chivalry, bravery, being very virtuous, being willing to overcome tasks and challenges and to sacrifice ourselves on behalf of a woman. This is what we've been taught. And in moderation, in the proper dose, this is fantastic. This makes for an incredible seduction, and it makes for a better character. It helps you improve as a person if you're willing to do these things. But when somebody is trying too hard to be nice, especially guys who are trying too hard to be nice to women, being too polite, being too giddy, too happy, being too positive, it's because they only want one thing. And it's not friendship. It's not being best buddies with you. It's not being your best bro. It's not to come over and snuggle with you to watch a movie unless they get to do some other shit too. Trust me. That's what they want. That's what the overly nice guy wants. And see, my issue with this is not only is it overtly deceptive to do these things, but it's completely unnecessary. Because as a human being, you are both light and dark. You are good and bad. You have the capacity to do good. You also have the capacity to do evil. You are tempted to be a better version of yourself, to be moral, to be ethical, to be righteous, or rather you are inspired to do these things. And you are also tempted to follow the ways of negativity, to get down on yourself, to treat people like crap, to step all over them, to exploit. You're tempted to do these things. This is the constant interplay of your life. This is the divine comedy. And the more open and authentic you are in embracing your role in this divine comedy, the more seductive you will be. The more seductive your character will become. And I say character very explicitly. I say that clearly because you are playing a character. This is just a character in my eyes. This is one big stage and you are playing a character. That doesn't mean you're faking it till you make it. That doesn't mean you go pigeonhole yourself into one role or another. It means that at your core, you're not this human flesh. You are something greater, like I referred to earlier. After we leave this body, we can be the ethereal spirit, the energy that we are in our true form. But here on earth, we're playing a character. Here on earth, we have to do certain things. Here on earth, we have to play in the game. There really is no opting out of it. And so I make these videos because I have learned in my life, I gained the awareness years ago that in order to live the best life possible, regardless of the circumstances surrounding me, regardless what happens in geopolitics, regardless what happens in terms of social movements, regardless of what happens to the currency, what happens to the dating market, what happens in my hometown, across the nation, or across the world, I can live my best life if I'm simply authentic and I embrace the fact that I'm a human and that I'm nothing else but a human right now. Even if I am an angelic spirit after I leave this body, I haven't left it yet, and I don't think I'm going to leave it anytime soon. Of course, you never know, right? You never know. But right now, I'm in this human flesh. So I'm going to live as if I'm a human, because I'm a human. And so I want you to sit with these words. I want you to resonate with these words, if possible. I want you to sit with them, and I want you to really contemplate what they mean for you. Contemplate what you think about these words. Look around your life. Do you see any people who are acting like this authentically? Do you see people who are acting in the way that I previously described, being overly nice, being overly kind, being overly polite? I bet if you sit with them, you're going to come to realize that our whole society is made up of the latter and not the former. And if you want to be part of the former, perhaps this is the channel for you. With that being said, have a blessed day. This is the New Da Vinci. See you in the next video.